Hi, I hope you've been able to go through this objective in your textbook. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate or show you how to compute the arithmetic mean of a variable from raw data. Arithmetic mean also means average. So you compute it by adding all the values of the variable that you have together and dividing by the number of observations. Now we have two types of arithmetic mean. One is from the population, the other one is sample. In fact, that will be the only two differences when you are asked to compute arithmetic mean. Now the population mean is symbol is the mu. So it's computed using all the individuals in the population. And the population mean is a parameter. Now in our previous modules, you've learned how to identify if something is a parameter or a statistic. A sample mean is a statistic because it's coming from the sample. How to compute that is kind of the same as how you will compute the population mean. So you add all the variable from the sample together and divide it by the number of observation. And you're going to see this difference in the formula. Here's this formula. It's kind of saying you add this to this and until you get to the last number. For instance, if you have 8 observations, the last observation is going to be 8. And then you divide by 8. So don't let this scare you. This is a summation sign. So it's kind of saying, kind of shorthand of writing all we have in here. So in statistics, we normally come up with short form of writing stuff. So this is an example of that. And that I represent each one of these observations. So how do you interpret it? Sum x from I, then right here you're going to have n, capital N to n. So let's look at how the sample mean is computed. It's kind of the same thing, right? So the difference is that your sample mean is by x. And then you see the same thing that you saw there before, that is the same. Now you can see because you are using variable from the sample, so you have small n instead of capital in the case of the population mean. Now, let's look at an example. The following data represent the travel times in minutes to work for all 7 employees of a startup web development company. We have 23, 36, 23, 18, 5. Another person travels 26 minutes, and then the last person travels 43 minutes. So we are asked to compare the population mean of this data. Now you can see, because it's a population, see the formula we are using there is mu. Now, as mu, the information provided, the sample information, then this is going to be x bar, right? So, but it's population. So these are the keyword, and that's keywords you need to focus on when you are computing. Anything in statistics, you need to figure out if it's coming from the population or the sample. Okay. So this is x1 plus x2 plus x7, and then you just add all those numbers together. Use your calculator to do that to see if you can get the same number. I will encourage you to even pause this video to see if you can get the same number as this, 174 divided by 7, and then you're supposed to have half day is 24.9 minutes. So take a minute, pause the video, see if you can repeat this process, and then after you are done with that, see if you can solve this particular problem, and then you are good to go to work on the homework for this week. Thank you.